Did you know that the first picture postcard in the world was printed in the Serbian Cyrillic alphabet in Vienna?
It was produced by the satirical magazine Zmaj, founded by the poet Jovan Jovanović Zmaj, and sent by Petar Manojlović on May 19, 1871, to his uncle in the Vojvodina town of Sombor. Vienna and Sombor are also connected by the Danube, the source of great inspiration to artists in both countries.
Did you know Danube Waves, one of the most popular waltzes of all time, was composed by Vojvodinan Jovan Ivanović?
Ivanović was born in 1845 in Timișoara, the main city of the geographical region of Banat, which lies across 3 countries and which, at that time, was part of Austro-Hungary. Waltzing was all the rage throughout Banat, but the time soon came when the women of progressive Vojvodina wanted something more than dancing and needlework.
Did you know that it was in Novi Sad that women were able to vote for the first time in Europe?
There were just 7 of these socially active women, and they voted in the Grand National Assembly of Serbs, Bunjevci and other Slavs, and which voted for Banat, Bačka and Baranja to become part of the Kingdom of Serbia. There was a long tradition of uniting nation-states in the region. It had begun with the Roman Empire.
Did you know that 10 Roman emperors were born on the territory of modern-day Vojvodina?
They included Marcus Aurelius Probus Augustus. He granted a license for wine production in Vojvodina, the first such license given outside the Mediterranean provinces. Only after this, through further conquests, was the grapevine also introduced to France, Spain and Britain. The region's wines have since become world famous. The local dessert wine, Bermet, was even served on the Titanic. Although, as far as we know, the captain had not drunk too much of it before his encounter with the iceberg. Where there's wine, there's food. Vojvodina has no shortage of fine food, and the locals sometimes go to great lengths to prove that.
Did you know that in 2013, butchers from Turija in Vojvodina made the longest sausage in the world?
The Guinness Book of Records records that it was over 2 kilometers long and weighed 2.3 ton. With meals like that, it's no wonder that Vojvodina produces top-shelf athletes.
Did you know that Vojvodina is also a major gold producer?
For a province with no mining industry, Vojvodina has produced a massive amount of gold, in the form of medals from around the world won by dozens of champions from this little province, which punches well above its weight in international sports. At the European Championships in field athletics, Zrenjanin-born Ivana Španović won the gold medal for long jump. But Vojvodinans have always been good at jumping.
Did you know that the original screen Tarzan was from Vojvodina?
Olympic swimming champion Johnny Weissmuller played the ape man in 12 movies. Most biographies give Timișoara as his birthplace, but parish records indicate that he was born in Merja in Vojvodina. When the family emigrated to the United States soon after his birth, his parents also gave Merja as his birthplace. Vojvodina also gave birth to one of the most famous movie characters of today.
Did you know that one of Ian Fleming's main inspirations for James Bond was a triple agent from Vojvodina?
Dusan Popov was a wealthy lawyer with expensive tastes, known to Serbian intelligence as Duško, to MI6 as Tricycle, and to Germany's Abwehr as Ivan. He was born in Titel. Fleming, an MI6 operative himself, was Popov's handler in Lisbon when he saw the Serbian spy place a $40,000 bet in order to drive off a rival gambler. Fleming immortalized the incident in the first James Bond novel, Casino Royale. But without another inspiration from Vojvodina, the Bond films and many other modern movies would look very different.
Did you know that the designer of Panavision's modern Panaflex camera was born in Vojvodina?
4-time Oscar winner Albert Meyer was born in Perles in 1936. He was just one of many remarkable scientists and engineers born in the province, which has long been a centre of technical innovation in the region.
Did you know that the first system in Europe for laying a concrete foundation underwater was developed in Vojvodina?
At Bezdan on the Danube in 1856, a system developed by Johann Mihalik was used to build a canal lock. Mihalik completed the construction in a way no one had done before. This experiment was closely watched by professionals throughout Europe, including a group of English experts who were convinced the attempt would fail. They were wrong. Another Vojvodina inventor laid the foundation for a different kind of business.
Did you know that Nikola Bizumic, the barber who invented hair clippers, was born in Neradin in 1823?
Because no one was interested in his invention, he moved to England and changed his name to John Smith. His hair clippers became a success and were taken up throughout the world. They even launched a small agricultural revolution when they were adapted for shearing sheep. He was decorated for his services to business and died a wealthy man. No, Albert Einstein wasn't born in Vojvodina.
But did you know that Mileva Maric was?
Maric, Einstein's first wife, was born in 1875 in Titel. Maric was a talented mathematician but had a hard life and went down in history as just one of the gifted women whose careers floundered in the shadow of a successful husband. Their marriage was stormy.
Did you know that Milutin Milankovic was a Serb born just across the Danube in Dalj?
Milankovic was born in what was then Austro-Hungary. He was a mathematician, a geophysicist and a civil engineer, a meteorologist and an astronomer. NASA named him as one of the 15 greatest scientists who have studied the planet. Milankovic was renowned throughout the scientific world for his theory of ice ages. He is considered the father of mathematical climate modeling. But he wasn't the most famous scientist from Vojvodina.
Did you know that Mihailo Pupin won the 1924 Pulitzer Prize for his autobiography?
Pupin, who was born in Idvor, was an international star of electrical engineering for his work in telegraphy and telephony. Apart from his scientific accomplishments, Pupin was also an important political figure. After the First World War, his personal access to US President Woodrow Wilson enabled him to have an input when the borders of the first Yugoslavia were drawn. Young scientists and engineers from Vojvodina are leading Serbia's approach to European integration.
Did you know that Vojvodina students from Novi Sad University won first place at the European Robotics Championship Eurobot 2019 in France?
Vojvodina is ensuring that this winning trend will continue by investing heavily in the education of future generations. The leaders of the past, the innovators of today, and the young people setting out for tomorrow have all helped put Vojvodina on the path to becoming one of the most influential regions in Europe. The most progressive region of Serbia, Vojvodina, where the past is rich, the present productive, and the future unlimited.